Hello and welcome to some more Factorio. This is the my name's Trismegistus and this is the Aesthetic Factorio series. I've not played this in a while, so I'm going to be a bit confused for the first part. Let's just check all my levels. Oh, is it game sound? Yes, game sound. Set that up there, and there we are. So yes, um, I remember what I was doing in the broadest sense, which was making a steel foundry. But I can't remember exactly where we sort of got to. Okay. So I'd put the train across the lake. So to introduce this, in case, I mean, it's been a while since I streamed this one, but the idea is I'm building factories that are aesthetically pleasing. So I've got loads of mods on, but they're all sort of minor mods. They're all sort of relatively small ones, and I'm trying to do stuff like, I mean, that's not particularly aesthetic, but this is like the copper foundry, and so it looks quite good, I think. This is a little bit messy. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that, but quite good, I think, from the map. And then when you zoom in, it sort of looks like, looks like it could be an actual copper foundry. There was the reason I haven't streamed it in a while, there was an issue with the Factorio, the text plates mod, which it turned out was actually to do with an extension someone else had done, extended or extra. Or no, even more, I think it's called, even more text plates. And in even more text plates, it added like plastic text plates. Are they in here? And things like that. And I think those have been added to... In fact, that's a point. Would it come up as a... Oh, there you go. So it doesn't actually unlock them. Huh. But these have been added into the official text plates mod. And these are what... Well, I'm not sure about the gold one, but... Certainly plastic and the steel, I think, were part of the thing. So how do I unlock them? I think I can just do it in here, can't I? Cheats. Is it personal cheats? There's like an unlock all... I can sort it out later. I've not really been using them, I don't think. Events, no. Oh dear. Personal cheats, team cheats... Isn't there a unlock all researches? I mean, we could just do them. I mean, there'll be loads. Oh, technology. Unlock. There we go. There we go. So now I've got access to them. Yeah, but I say the idea of this is to make attractive looking factories. And for example, I think this looks quite good. The harbours, basically. So we've got a bunch of boats collecting from a foundry as well. I need to switch that up. It needs to be half and half, iron and copper, because I got the steel one. I got the copper one there. Did I even put in the iron one? See, it's hooked up to a copper. No, so it's just going to be the same though. I should have oh, there we go. Yeah, so I need to put in the iron one, but we're working on steel, I know that much. And I came out with this. This, I think, looks pretty funky. It's not finished, is it? So we could go up there and work on that a little bit. Just to help me remember where I got to. Have I not got any legs? There we go. I'm sure I came down here because I decided I'd be best working on this end of it, but I say it's been quite a while. This and the Blueprint series will probably be all of my streaming Factorio series for the next few weeks, because I've mentioned this kind of on most of the streams, because I think it's a bit random who checks me. Why has that only got things on that? So I'm not 100% sure exactly where I got to. So the moment I'm sending them all down into... Okay. So this would be... Okay, so I've not mined anything. Okay. And I was maybe thinking of connecting them separately. I think it looks fairly good if they're all just going into one, doesn't it? It's like that. So am I definitely doing trains this size? I know I've been sort of randomising the train size. It's not random, but I've been 6, 7, 8 using different trains of different size. So this looks like a 282. Okay. It looks like I'm using purple as the colour scheme, which is interesting. Why has this got an underground? Feels like I've put the concrete down at some point and then got rid of it, but I can't see any evidence of the concrete, so I don't know what I've done there. Maybe I just copied these, but they look bespoke. They don't look like they're the same size as the other ones. Unless it's removed the concrete, has it? I mean, it's not removed it here. So that, no, it can't be that it's removed it. I say this is unfortunately going to be the nature of this stream today, probably. I'm not quite sure what I've done and not done. I seem to remember struggling to get something that looked good with these. These are quite close, aren't they? The walls. So I wonder if one sort of tweak might be to move them further out. So in other words, we take all of this and sort of widen the working area, basically. So if we make it 2 further over, because then is that roughly the same? So we've got 1, 2, 3, and then it's there. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's there. So maybe, oops, needs to go 1 more. So let's cut and paste it. So it's not. So it's not 1, 2. So oops, there was it. So we've then got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that makes it even on each side. Oh, I didn't move them, did I? Maybe these could all be one. Oops, 1 further up. The audio seems quite loud for the on the stream, but quite quiet for me. I say quite quiet. I need to work out how to do the levels a bit better. Okay, so that's a bit sort of wider, isn't it? So there could maybe be some kind of path in there. Because that's the output. Do I want that like that? Because if I do, I should have it like that there. Okay, so this needs to be, in fact, let's make a little sort of spacer. So, needs to be sort of like that. Which means this whole thing's going to have to move, isn't it? It's not just a case of moving the actual thing. So if it needs to be 1, 2, 3. That's my spacer. Oops. Okay. And I want that on the outside of there? Yeah. Them in. Yeah, it seems weirdly loud on them. Put that down a tiny fraction. I think it's a mod. And I don't think it's like a don't think they're doing it in a sense deliberately. It's just that some of the settings get adjusted, or they set the audio almost based on their own working environment. If you see what I mean. Okay, so the flashing's doing my nutting. So let's see if we can get one of these on somewhere. Just temporarily. Stop it flashing. Okay. I mean, this is, to be fair, this is what the whole series is kind of like. It's mostly me. Yeah, that seemed weirdly loud to me. Mostly me making tiny adjustments and going, do I like that? Yeah. Do I like that? No. It's a very odd series from that point of view. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So it's 4 wide. What do we want to put on where? I got stone brick. Let's just use a bit of stone brick and stuff. How have I been doing paths? I know there's lots of use of... Oh, it's this stuff. That's right. So it's the concrete grid, 4 wide there, and lots of gravel. We can use the blue gravel, yeah. I need another pattern, don't I? But I think I've said that before. And I'm using sort of stone and gravel to create the pattern. And then I'm putting stone underneath walls. Okay. I remember. So there's like stone underneath the walls, as if it's like a foundation thing. Underneath these as well, I guess. I mean, they don't have to be identical. It's not that sort of a thing, but it's a little bit of consistency. If I'm saying, for example, these represent foundations, then I need to have them everywhere. Otherwise, don't really hold together. It's not self-consistent, is it? So I've been using that one, 4 wide. Bars. So let's at least put this here. So I'm not sure. Oh no, it's just one off, isn't it? That's a little bit annoying. Because otherwise we could go like, say, that. We could. In fact, let's just get rid of it this way. That. So if we had, say, 2 bits of gravel. And then what am I going to put on this inside? So we need some kind of foundation for these. Maybe. If it was 3 wide. Something like that. So they're sort of sat on a, concrete floor. Can I do that with the bacons as well? What's that going to look like? Because that's stone brick though, isn't it? So the concrete would be on top. Oh no. That was concrete, was it? Alright, okay. Refined concrete. Because that sits on top is the thing. What about colours? Purple refined concrete. Oh, that's right. I thought it was a bit extreme. I remember now. Yeah, I think a problem. There wasn't so much space and stuff. It was that stuff looks like really intense. Have we got another colour? We could use... Well, blue's going to be the thing, isn't it? But we could use, like, cyan or something. So what's that? If I do, say, a stack of that. What does that look like? Because we go with a mix, we could have cyan and purple. Why am I doing that so small? That's the liking rate thing. See what it looks like at size. Yeah, that's not too bad. I prefer that colour, I must say. So, if all of our... Oops. All of our things are set on this. Is that one too far? That's one too far, isn't it? Or maybe I do put them one further? Oh, missed it. Cool, okay. So do we want to make that... Because on these ones I have done structural things, but I've put the stuff a bit closer together on this, haven't I? And I've also double beaconed it. But I've done it mostly with, you know, different colours. So, different textures rather than... It's all orange, but, you know, I've then used different material, haven't I? So maybe we go with the same. So if we go with cyan... have we got cyan bricks, or is that not an option? Oh, these are different, aren't they? Oh, yeah, I remember. Problems with different types. So what edging has this got on it? So if this was... Oops. Oh, my. Oh, yeah, that's that stuff. And it goes weird. So, have I got another cyan brick, then? No, it's that one. So, cyan... They're both called exactly the same thing. So, if I do that... No, it doesn't behave itself. How have I managed to get it to work on the other one then? Because that's not what's happening over here. It's not done that pattern here. What is that then? Oh, that's concrete, isn't it? It's not brick. Ah, okay. So I'm clearly using cyan concrete. Ah, there we go. So does that blend in okay with the other one? Yeah, that's better, isn't it? So, we can get rid of that. Get rid of what? Get rid of that. And then it's this one we want. And like that. Oops. Now, do we want cyan lights? Is the won't just replace them. I guess I could use an upgrader to... So I want to go from... Oh, no we can't because it's not on the list. Then maybe we use a deconstruction planner. Just to get rid of the purples. Cool. And I'm putting them there, I guess? It'd be better if they were like that, wouldn't it? It's very, very cyan, isn't it? I wonder what happens if I put, say, refined concrete underneath. Oops. There. Hmm. What about under here? On the edge of it looks okay, so maybe... I mean, that's almost imperceptible, isn't it? Yeah, I think that's okay. We could always move the undergrounds one in as well. Oops. Quite, I was quite happy that I was streaming this today. I know it's not one that people necessarily sort of flock to. I think it's probably one where it'd be better if I did like, if I just did it and then did like YouTube videos highlighting the results. But yes, I was a bit tired today. Kind of overdid it. Been quite an intense week with handing in my notice and stuff. I've the sort of brain where it does a lot of catastrophizing, so sort of found it massively stressful. Ending the old notice in. Yeah, I think that's a bit better, isn't it? Because my brain just goes, but what if they find some problems with the record checks? And then particularly the HR person basically emailed me saying actually I only had like 5 days to fill out the reference stuff. So yeah, we probably need something to be a bit different there. But it hadn't said that on the email, asking for the, you know, all the reference stuff. So it was like, blimey. Oh, that's put that in the wrong place. And I say I tend to worry about such things. There's almost no point putting it under there, is there, really? But if I put it here... Oh, I put the wrong one on. Is that better or worse? I mean, what does it look like if I use regular concrete? Oh, I think I prefer that. Yeah, I prefer that. So yeah, it gets a bit exhausting. I'm particularly saying Friday night I had to rush to do it, but I mean I didn't get it done until after. There's a problem when you rent. You can sometimes, well, when I rent, I overlap the rentals, like the rental period. to enable me to move, because moving's quite expensive and time consuming and absolute pain in the bum, basically. So, no, wrong thing. So I tend to overlap the rentals. A bit like that, maybe? Yeah, that's a little bit better. I wonder if I could then use, say, that. Maybe with gravel? Hmm? Because what I actually want to do on this side. If that's my path. You know, connect that there. Like that. So I think because of how I need to do this different. Maybe something like that. And then that could just go there. So like that each time. But yeah, on this one, how do I get that to be? So we could do like cyan concrete around the very edge, maybe? So it'd be down that one, wouldn't it? Oops. But yeah, I was trying to get my head around our schedule of doing things as well, because it's like so much to do, basically. Instead of being, I mean, it was a bit weird from that point of view, because the sort of person who interviewed me and stuff was like, yeah, we're you know, we're relaxed about everything, sort of thing. HR people have been a bit more, but you've not filled out this form. You know. Like, well, you know, I'm having to move half a country. Let me give me a chance. Especially when the form itself says, you know, you've got 20 days to do this, and they phone you up and go, no, you've got to get it done in 5 days. Maybe it should have said that then. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, that looks alright, I think. And we can put, if I just copy up that, put the lights in, and then copy up the whole row. Put them in. Cool. Yeah, I like that. Right, so we need this down here. Oops. Might have stuttered then. And then this needs to go out the door, doesn't it? Gate, I suppose. And then, oops, here. Okay. And then that's in the wrong place. Like that. Just a mist. So I've got a 4. Is it a 4? No. Needs to be a 4 though. So put that there. Right. So then, kind of the same thing on the other side, which is 2 lanes of gravel, 4 lanes of thingy. Okay. So let's just cut and paste that for the time being. So we want, was it 2 lanes of gravel? And then, well, put that in. And then 4 lanes there. Let's just leave that for the time being. 2 lanes like that. So then this needs to be here to match. So that needs to be there. So the wall's going to need to move out, I think, is it? Or let's see. So we add stone brick underneath. Like that. Can't remember whether I'm putting stone brick across there or not. I think I am. But let's leave it for the moment. So if this is 1 lane of gravel there, then we need, I mean, we at least need 1 lane of gravel there. I mean, imagine that's horrendous, but could leave gravel on that side and not bother on that one. But we need, certainly need a path there. I've made that a 4 wide one, haven't I? How? No, it's going to need to move out because the gate's overlapping with it, and I don't want that. So this whole thing's going to have to shift over anyway. Which probably means everything here is going to have to shift over. But now it's just a copy and paste job, isn't it? So it doesn't really matter if it actually goes. Because I'm just, whoops, copy and pasting it. Let's just move that over a bit. So basically, what I'm saying is that this needs to have a sort of clear route, but I don't know what this distance is. Is that... Well, that looks like that'd be perfect then, yeah. Because that's the brick thing. Yeah, so this needs to move over, basically. So it's sort of there, but we might as well move that as well. So we want the gate to be... Do we want 1 tile between that? Well, let's plot that down. So the gravel goes, oops, goes to there. Do I want gravel there? Feels like that should be the edge of a concrete pattern. Whoops. I say I don't, I'll come up with a pattern that's easier to do offline, to be honest with you. Yeah, this is needs a pattern concrete thing overlay on it, but does it go right up to the edge or is it 1 over? That's the question. Whoops. Why do I have gone with a two entrance here? Because at the moment that's 4. What am I going to fill this space? I mean, I guess this could widen up. But then that's maximum length, isn't it? Yeah. So again, probably some concrete pattern, you know, underneath this. Because it's meant to sort of represent like reinforced floor, effectively. Oops. You know, it's the sort of vibe I'm going for, basically. With this. Oops. Because that, a second, I haven't been putting gravel absolutely every edging thing. Yeah, so there's a little gap there rather than gravel. So there is precedent. It doesn't move it further any down, but problem is it a problem? I guess what I could do is if this is 4, but it's 4 with that one, and then we basically move this up. So rather than have the gate there, it's there. And then brick. So am I doing brick? Oh, I don't know. I'll have to work it out. At some point, which way round I want to do it. Yeah, that means this needs to go, doesn't it? Oh, wrong top one. So that at the moment might be something like that. And then that's across there. So we want brick there. We want gravel. Don't make any difference looks wise, that one. But there you go. Okay. Looks a bit daft, that though, doesn't it? Maybe if I just literally... Don't know why I've got this IR. Oh, I guess when I was setting what the factories were. Oh, that looks a little bit more stylish, doesn't it? If it's a thing like that. It's diagonals, maybe? No, I don't like that one. That's a little better on that side. Yeah, okay. So let's put the brick in. So it needs to be there, I guess, rather than where it is. And am I boosting up to 4 again? Because this is just the edge, isn't it? Yeah, okay. So this is currently the edge of the building area. Manufacturing area, sorry. So that again goes up to 4 and out the door. 4 and out the door. And then we got gravel here. So, do I have a second path along the bottom? That seems a bit wasteful, but we need access points because there's going to be belts running along, I assume. So we do need a stone wall. Oops. indicate the edge of the sort of manufacturing area. But what does it do then? Because this is the loading area. I mean, again, I can, you know, delete this. I mean, might be easy for this one. Just sort of move it sideways, basically. Because it can be sort of up there, maybe. Had a good think about that, didn't it? Because this is where the trains are, isn't it? So it makes some sense for it to be all moved down a bit, I think. It's currently there. So if we make it say that the train itself is parallel with the next thing, but I don't quite know where that's going to be yet. Maybe? It'd be good for this to be sort of equal distance, I think, either side. Is that a max length one? No. So max length is that. But it's 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. So if it's make it even, 1, 2, 3, wall, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that makes a little more. So it looks a little more nicer. There. I think I've got too many. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope, that's fine. And then the balancer is on here, on this side, maybe. So in other words, this is, you know, here somewhere. I don't know how big or small I want the bits about, but I'll sort that out in a second. And then stone brick under here. And oops, let's get rid of to save. Okay. So perhaps this is like there's no gate here. Maybe that's, you know, so that it just goes. What? It just has gravel. Maybe it's just an extra bit of gravel. Because that needs to be gravel anyway. And then the sort of actual gate is here. Right, oops, it's one too big. Like that. Yeah, okay. And then what does this look like? So we're going to have gravel on the outside. I've put gravel out here, haven't I? So I have a row of gravel, and then stone brick under all of that. Brick grid there. Okay. What's going on here? We need gravel there, I think, and gravel there. But what about that space? Just gravel fill? Just gravel fill. No, there needs to be a gate there, I think, doesn't there? Yeah, there needs to be a gate there. It's quite a long way. No. Quite a long way to the next gate. So we have a gate there. Like so. Obviously undergrounds need doing there. So do I want this actually to be a path here going across? Wrong one. Connecting these two. I think I probably do, don't I? In other words, can we have that there? Oh yeah, that looks better anyway, I think. Some more gravel there. Probably going to be a gate here, I would imagine. And then gravel connecting the two. I think I won't put a path in the middle. So this will just be whatever pattern I come up, new pattern I come up with. You know, sort of fill in this space. Oh no, that needs to go across, doesn't it? So this needs to go. So we press the right button. It's here. Connect that one. And then we want gravel there. Gravel there. I think maybe, yeah. Because these need to line up. But how wide? I could put like a different, just to remind me almost. Wait, how big is that? That's 4, isn't it? So this is, you know, separate. We'll need maybe a different pattern now. But if that's the... If that's the power, got to connect that up as well, haven't I? So where can we put this that makes sense? Think about that one in a second. Right, so that's regular concrete, isn't it? So, oops. Actually, so is that the same size? No. Okay. So it needs to be that big. So it's 1 too big. Okay. Okay, and then I'll probably just copy and flip, I would think. But that's there. Not quite sure where we got a random one, but we got a random one. So does that... Oh, I haven't hooked all that up on that side, have I? So we need... Copy that bit and plop it out there. 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 Copy them across. So... I mean, we could have a gate there instead rather than there, but let's leave that for the time being. So where would these be? Oops. So at the moment it looks like I've got them at maximum length. Does that sort of make sense? I mean, ideally we want them even, and that's not even, is it? So How am I going to work that out? If I take a bit of belt, and then we'll say, wait, if I put that... Oh, they're still purple as well, aren't they? I'll have to think of a way of using the purple without it looking horrendous. But yeah, so that is how big? Oops, 174. All right? Yeah, 74. So 35 plus 2, 37. That's unfortunate. 37 tiles. But then I put this is in a different place. Because I've got a 1 tile there and I'm not there. So that's even, and that should be same number now. 73. I don't want it to be 73 though, do I? I do want it to be... Because they're 2 by 2. So maybe this one should be closer. Like that. Because then it's 174, which you say is 35 plus 2, 37. Like that. So that's half. Because that's the same length. That. And then if that's 37, then it needs to be 15 plus, well, 3 or 4, so 18 is 36. Which is 1 too short. So if I do that, it's not going to be visually detectable, I don't think. But so it may need to be moved sort of 1 tile either way. So I put that. Let's copy and paste that. So that's in the way. So I don't think visually you'll be able to tell. They're not equal distances. So that's that. I got that way off then, haven't I? What have I done wrong there? Because they're the same. I think this needs to go up 1. Yeah, so that's 1. They're the same. And then that's 1 tile off because of the 1 tile difference. So if I was to move... I've made a real meal of this. I think if I move all of these so that that's there... And that's the same distance. That's 1 tile in. That's the same distance. Wait. So that's 2. What? So if that's there, it's 1 up. It's 2 down. I can't get my head around that. So go 1 down. So it's now 1 that way. 2 that way. Oh, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Near as damn it, that's fine. Because you can't really... Well, it does actually look a little uneven. There, maybe? Yeah, whatever. Whatever. I tire of that. Okay, so then, say this is, you know, here, for example. And then... In fact, can I just do... Where's that gone? There it is. That. Okay. And how big is this gap here? 16. Okay. And they're both one in? Well, I don't know yet, do I? So I put a lane of gravel here. That there. Brick there. So say this is whatever that is. Fine concrete, is it? Yeah. Is it 4 wide? No. 5 wide. Okay. And then... Okay. Get rid of that one, maybe? So we would want... I keep picking the wrong thing. So that becomes the bottom of this, like, section, maybe? Or I can move them, you know, both in a bit. Because it's quite wide, isn't it? Yeah, so that would need to be... All of them would need to be there. Okay. And then if this is 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. So somebody can't do counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. There you go. So that's the midpoint at the moment. And how big is this? Doesn't really matter, I suppose. But so that looks visually the midpoint. It seems to be too big, this, because I think there's only one lane of stuff come, you know, one of these coming this way. So it all needs, I mean, it all needs to move down. So should I just delete this as well? Wait, how many stations am I actually going to have here? Because I've got... Oh, I didn't... What? Because those are feeding into that one. So where is this even... Oh, did I just put this in the wrong place? Because this should be the middle one, shouldn't it? This shouldn't be here. Should be like... on this side. You know, down here. So it's mirroring that one. If we're going with that shape. Oh, no, I had one there, didn't I? I'm working on the... Yeah, I'm working on the left one. So there's nothing on the right here. Okay. Brain will get there in the end. Why don't I just chuck it over here somewhere for the time being? We'll think about that in a minute. Because at the moment, this is ending up being what? Because that would be the gravel. That's the gravel. And then that's the sort of path. Which is enormous, isn't it? For what it is. It's just somewhere to bring some belts, I think. Because I've got to get those two lanes. Why have I put them there? There should be lanes here. We don't need these ones going across. These aren't serving any purpose. Because I can, you know, send things around. I've got tons of room there. Oh, no, they're the ones, because this is the right-hand one, isn't it? It's not the central one. Yeah, so I do need those. So if we have all the lanes of input coming this way together, then these actually, so it's this bit that I don't need, because these are going to connect to here. So in other words, that one loops around there. It comes down here. This one goes through there. Okay, that makes sense. So that we need the equivalent of that for whatever's the smelter that's here. But it's only 8 lanes. Yeah, it's still only 8 lanes. So I don't really need all this room. Because I've got enough for 8, 16, 24 at the moment. Yeah, so I'll squish it all up. So if we do it as... So if there's a walkway... Do I want it that close? Might be worth giving a little bit of visual distance. It's all kind of squished up at the moment. Got infinite space, and then I've squished everything together. Because then... Gravel on both sides? Be better if it was like that or something, wouldn't it? Oops. Why does that look like different material underneath there? Oh, it is. Concrete underneath it, not brick. Oops. That's brick then. Okay. Yeah, that's a little better visually. So we would have one of these, pattern job is underneath here. But what we really need is this. Oh, so we don't need a lot of room. We could just have one gravel and then the... Oh, bum. Selected the gravel. And then the actual, whatever the pattern ends up being, there. And then this is here. Maybe with a bit of room this time. Certainly don't need it all the way down there. Taken one too many out. Okay. Gonna need, I think, a pathway down to the train somewhere. But I also need to know where this is, don't I? Right, so... Well, I say pathway down to the train, it's actually pathway down to the other factory then, isn't it? It's this, but here. So the gate I've just put in is that gate, or it will be. Because I need to flip this round anyway. So just get rid of all of that. We'll take out that belt. So, are you going to let me do this if I shift, copy, paste all the way up to, say, there, and use that blueprint? Are you going to let me flip it around? Yes, okay. And then that should... Oh, I didn't do tiles, did I? Let's try that again. Let's try that again. The whole point of doing that was to get tiles. And I didn't get tiles. So let's copy it up to the middle. No, I didn't hold the right key. There we go. Oh, why is that not giving me the blueprint? Because isn't that meant what? You'll do that. Then hit shift. Okay. What am I pressing wrong? Hold shift. What? Oh, it's because no, idiot. There you go. What? Brain's just not working. So that's temporary blueprint. Flip that over. Let's copy and paste where you hold shift. Bin that off. Okay. We don't have any way of these connecting yet. Because that's a line with a belt, unfortunately, isn't it? It's just one tile off. That's very annoying. What about you? Hmm. It's literally where the fence is. Oh dear. So perhaps then all of this needs to move one tile over? So that this isn't quite so much. I mean, it's quite a lot of distance in the middle there. Oh, crikey. Hello, Tuigan 2. Hello, I just started to play Factorio today, and I'm struggling with the very basic link how to use a conveyor belt. I've tried looking for tutorial, but cannot find any like super basic for a newbie who has no idea how anything works. Can you help? Wow. When you say how to use a conveyor belt, what do you mean? So, so when you can presumably build a conveyor belt. So, I've got a lot of mods on, so it won't look like this. But a conveyor belt is something you can make by hand, and if you just left click, it goes in my thing because I've got it filtered to delete them. Hang on. This is creative mode, so it instantly creates things. So it's not really, I say it's not quite representative, but if I get rid of them. So when you build a conveyor belt, you should just left click on the menu. You can bring this menu up with the E key. So just literally press the E key, and that'll be your crafting menu. And you can craft it so long as you've got some iron plate in your inventory, because iron gears are made from iron plate. You'll be able to make it. How to put item from a drill onto a belt. Okay, so let me find a resource patch, because in order to lay down a miner, you need a resource patch. So let's just quickly find a copper patch. There we go. So there's a copper patch here. So if you're at the very beginning of the game, you'll be using burner mining drills, I assume. Where are they in this menu system? There they are. Burner mining drill. Oh, has it deleted that? Where did that go? Oh, I've got the wrong thing up. So, there you go. So you're putting down burner mining drills. And one of the things to note, I've not got it listed here because I know what the key shortcut is anyway. But there is the option. So let's just take off task planner and the to-do list. So with your default option, you should see that key in your menu at the bottom, and that button allows you to turn off. You see the arrows, those little yellow arrows there. So that button allows you to turn that on and off, and that shows you which direction a mining drill will output its stuff. So what happens with mining drills, it's the only item in the game that does this. You've also eventually you'll get access to electric mining drills. You may already have those as well. Oh, it's deleting them again. So that's another item. It covers a bigger area. That miners only mine underneath themselves. Sorry, the burner ones only mine underneath themselves. So the 4 tiles that it's covering is where it gets resources. These electric ones have that larger area. And so if you turn the Alt mode on, you can also do it with default key bindings by hitting the Alt key. So the Alt key would do that, but I've got mine rebound to Alt-GR. So that arrow then tells you where it will put items. So if you click on it, you can get power into it. So you can literally put any burnable material, and it shows you fuel, coal, any of that stuff. Put it in there, and it will then dump stuff on the ground, basically. And so it's the only item that does that. And all you do is you take your your belt in your cursor, like that. Just left click on it. It can also be in your hotbar. You can assign it to your hotbar just by left clicking on the hotbar. And then using the R key, you can decide what direction you want it to go. And if you put it flush up against the mining drill, so right up next to it, it gives you a red symbol where you can't put it, and green where you can. And then you build that. And what will happen, I say there's no power on these. I've got this creative mode thing. In fact, let's put some coal in them. Oh no, let's put some wood in them. And you see they start mining, and they're quite slow, but eventually they'll just put the item on the belt. So in terms of miners, you don't have to do anything other than put the belt in the right direction. You don't have to power the belt, anything like that. For electric mining drills, as the name suggests, you need electric power, so you need to put power poles near them. You'd have wooden power poles to start with, but same principle. And then you put... they need to have electricity, so you'll be burning coal to do that eventually. And once they're running, and you see they've stopped, because they've put an item on the ground, and then the belt's not there to take it away. So you put the belt on, and they just automatically put it on the belt. So you don't need to do anything. Put an item on a drill. Or how do you go from a belt to a drill like coal? Yellow arrow is output. I have nothing but the most basic. How do I get coal to be put into the drill? So initially, you just do it by hand, basically. So if you're using burner mining drills, I'll be honest, just do it by hand anyway. But to do it by hand, you literally left click on the drill, and it brings up a menu, and you'll see a little red bar on the bottom. It should be empty to start with, but then you literally put coal in there. So if you want coal, to get some coal, just go to a coal patch and hold right click on it, and it will dig. I've got cheat, it's like a cheat mode basically. So it'll be very slow, but you just dig, right click, and get the coal, and then you go to the drill. So there's a quicker way of doing this, but to show you initially, you click on it. So it's got the wood in there at the moment, and then you literally, it's disappeared the coal. Hang on. Auto save. You literally, so I've got coal. You literally, so you left click on it, and I say that'll be empty, and you literally put the coal in there. If you use the left click, it'll put as much as you're holding in, so it'll put all 50 in. If you use right click, it'll put one at a time. The quicker way of doing it, the quicker way of doing it is to hold it in your cursor with the left click. You grab it in your cursor and then hold the Z key, and it puts one item in at a time. And if you drag them across like that, it puts the coal in, basically. So that's the best way of doing it, I would say. If you want to do it automatically, I would not recommend doing that with burner mining drills, because get rid of them as soon as you can, basically. As soon as you can go electric, go electric. But you need a second belt. And if you're at the very beginning of the game, you'll need something called a burner inserter, which you can make. I need to get rid of some of this rubbish. And you get those burner inserters. Just build some of them. I'm right-clicking and it builds 5, but they're just made out of iron plate rather. And then you just literally put them on. So if you've managed to get coal onto this belt with another miner, I say hand feed it. And what happens is burner inserters fuel themselves, so they'll take coal from the belt, right? And then they'll put it in, but they only put it in if it needs coal. So if it doesn't need coal, and it's got, say, a little bit of coal in there already, so you see it put a couple in, and then it stops, so it won't overfill them. It'll only put sort of 5 or 6 bits of coal in. Okay, how do you get them off the belt? So, and to get things off the belt, basically, is literally inserters. So basically, they're called inserters, but they're basically picker-uppers. So, say a burner inserter requires fuel, meaning it needs coal in it or wood in it or something like that. Eventually, you should be able to build electric just inserters from the beginning, but you need copper for those. So you just build some of them, and you put them next to the belt. And as I say, with alt mode on, you can see what direction it's going, what it's going to do. So you build that, and obviously you need to power it, and then it will put whatever it in. So if you've got, say, what would you be using? Well, maybe you're putting them in boxes. You'd have wooden boxes to start with, but you just want to put some coal in a box. So you do that, basically. So you put a box there, and the inserter tells you where it's going to finish. So eventually you'll get some long inserters. So they give longer reach. So you can put them... It's moaning about my inventory for being full, basically. What can I get rid of? I don't need those burner drills, really, do I? But you see it's got longer reach, so if you were wanting to reach over something, say you've got several belts here, you can do that with a long-handed inserter. These blue ones are faster, but the same as the yellow. Green ones pick up a great big stack of material, so they're even faster, basically. Does that help? Burner inserter puts fuel on itself. Yeah, if it can, if it's got access to fuel, it will run out of fuel. So you see it's got a fuel gauge here. So if you keep using it and it doesn't have fuel in it, then it will run out. But say my general recommendation is not to use burner stuff. If you can work out how to do electricity, then use electric things as soon as you can, basically. Oh, crikey, thank you. Subscribe, thank you very much. That's no problem. It didn't need to do that at all. I say it's not. It's very, 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 very kind, thank you. But I say I don't. It's not why I do this sort of thing. But I say it's very generous, thank you. Where was I? So, I have actually been. I mean, one of the things I wanted to do, I can't. Definitely can't at the moment because I'm moving. I'm changing jobs and moving house sort of thing. But I did want to do an absolute basic series. So like, for someone who, like yourself, is literally just picking up the game from brand new. One of the things I would say as well is you can work. I mean, it's not necessarily the best system, but you can get access. There's like a tips and tricks, it calls it. So if you look on your above your mini map, if you've got the mini map on, but over here it's got tips and tricks, and this is a whole load of tips and tricks written by the developers. These are not, this is not for me. I haven't added this as a mod. This is in the default, but you hit the tips and tricks button, which is a mortarboard, basically like it's a university, and it tells you all sorts of stuff about the game. Like, for example, the E key is your enter key, basically. So rather than hit, I mean, you can use enter in a lot of things, but if you want to confirm something, you hit E. Alt mode is explained there, so the additional info. And I say it's a bit, because I've rebound it to Alt GR left control, so that I can Alt tab out the game. But it doesn't adjust it. So if you rebind keys, it doesn't adjust it. But say it shows you what it shows you information. It's like basically always play with that on, basically. And things like that, using the Q key to clear your cursor. Pipette is one of the most useful tools in the game, and you basically just hover your mouse over, hit Q, and it copies whatever you're holding. And there you go. So that's the official explanation around putting things in, picking things up and putting them in there. So say I would very much. I want to use burner stuff to try to understand the game with the most basic stuff. Yeah, I mean, I say I would go into this because it does explain burner inserter refueling. So you see it's showing it in. And basically what happens is they put the things on the ground. Oh, bits as well, Clara. Blimey. Thank you very, very much. That's very, 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 very kind. Glad you have explained that for me. It's greatly appreciated. The innovations of the thoughtfulness, you have to help me feel confident that I can play the game instead of being frustrated and lost. That's no worries. I'm more than happy to see it. So say I was thinking what I wanted to do. One of the things because I quite enjoy helping people and stuff. Was doing like a YouTube series that was, I say, taking it from the absolute basics. So someone who hasn't played the game at all, and even to the extent of how WASD control works in the game and things like that. But it's a bit of a time sink to do that. And I say I'm actually moving house and moving job, so I've not had the time to do it. But yeah, stuff like that. I mean, I say I'm not a big fan of the burner technology, like full stop. So that's the other reason I recommend not using it, just because I'm not that, I don't really like it. Prefer to get electricity up and running, but it all works, The thing if you really want to use burner stuff a lot, you'll need to make sure that you've put coal on a lot of the belts if you're going to automate it. Also, belts have two sides to them, so basically you can put things on both sides, and it can be different items. So if we put, say, for example, coal in one of these boxes and iron ore in the other, then power it up and say you won't have these are cheaty things, but you see how it's putting different items on the different sides of the belt, and this is higher level belt than you'll have yellow belt. So when your burner insert, I mean you would be using burners obviously, but when your burner inserters are picking things up, they've always got access to coal. And say, so for example, you might have a stone smelter, not that I've got any on me, but a stone smelter like that. So then it can feed both the smelter and itself basically. So you always have to have access to coal. And I say with electricity, you just sort of save a bit of coal basically, because it's a lot more efficient to make an electricity system than you just use coal basically. Oh crikey, made a mess. I made a mess. Good luck move. Can the inserters on the other side reach the coal? Yes. So inserters are a bit strange in that they can pick up from any side of the belt. So if you've got belts, or maybe these are boxes rather than belts or something, so it's got a box, but basically they can pick up from any side of the belt. So if we helps if I give them power, doesn't it? So they can pick up from any side of the belt. So I'm just manually, if you use the Z key, it just puts things on the floor. You see, it can pick up from either side. It will default to the outside, so the far side. But when it runs out of stuff on the far side, I say that, did it not take from the inside first? So you see, it can take from both sides. But it always puts it on the far side of the belt. So they won't fill in that other side of the belt. You have to use tricks to do that. So for example, you can get the belt. I mean, this is, it's not a great balancer, but you can do things like this. Oh, like that. And it'll put it on both sides of the belt. So it's not very balanced. It's not actually a very good system, but to get things on both sides of the belt, you have to do things like that, or you can have a little kink in the system, and then one will put it on one side, like that, and it'll go into the middle. So this is side loading. It's a little trick you can do, basically. Can you set on the... sorry. How do you delete something? I can remove a belt when I place it the wrong way. So you can't really delete things permanently. To pick them up, so left click places, right click picks things up, basically. So hold left click. I mean, you can do it individually if you really want, but hold left button down, left mouse button, and then right click. It can take a little while. Sometimes, I mean, I say there are cheats on this, so it's quick. So you sometimes have to hold it down for a little while. What would be an example of that? Maybe that. Oh, that's instantaneous for me. But some things can take a little while to pick up. So just hold the right button down on them and they'll pick up. They go into your inventory then. They don't get deleted. If you want to permanently delete things, about the only way you can really do it is to sort of put them in a chest and blow the chest up, basically. But yeah, so left click place, right click pick up. You can rebind it all. There are things in the menu. If you say left-handed or something, you can use a different key binding that you can set. Do I even want that on that side? I don't think I do I? No, I'm not keen on having that there. I think run pathway going down the middle is going to be better. Middle of the belts rather than right next to this. Okay. So a bit of gravel. Okay, thank you. No problem. Going to go play the game, try a few things I learned. No worries. Fun stream. Thank you very much. I say thank you very much for the bits and the the subscription. So very much appreciated. I have you might have gone already, but there's a YouTube channel. I do try in most of my streams to explain things, but it's not absolute beginner basics. It's assumes people have a little bit of knowledge of the game. But I have a YouTube channel which is Trismegistus as well as my username, but it's alias to Triggles. I think that's a bit easier to say. And so there are series on there. There's a series I did called Megabase. Can I Megabase? So if you wanted to watch that, it might give you some hints and tips, but I do play it through. I mean, I've got close to 3,000 hours now, so I play it through fairly quickly. But so I am intending to do a very basic series, but it's going to have to wait for a while, I think, while I move. But yes, you're very... thank you very much. That's very much appreciated. Thank you. But yeah, have fun. I mean, it's a great, it's my favourite game of all time, so do have fun. Right, so let's say that is going to be that. Does that work? Oh, it's 2 tiles, isn't it? So it's a different size. So if I just temporarily sort of copy that, so that's mismatched, isn't it then? It's also, is it too far down? It's not too far down because I moved it all up. I think that's okay. I could just do the triangle-y bit again, like that. Yeah, that's okay. I think now if we put gravel there. Right. Because that is connecting to that. It's not going to here, is it? Yeah, because this is the balancer. Maybe if I line it up, that'll look a bit neater. Because they're about the same size. So if that's there, maybe? So that's the belts going in. Actually, maybe these could be underground. If we have the path, where do I want the path to be? Just a moment. This all needs to move up, doesn't it? So this needs to be... I wonder if this was actually in the middle. Would it reach? It would, okay. So what does that look like if it's... Because it's 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. So 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So one of those two is in the middle. So let's go there. So if this is all undergrounded like there, then I can put that there. So that's like a connecting pathway between those. And then it's unfortunate that there's one tile. But that's as far as that'll go, isn't it? Also, that's because I've done that. I can move this down one. Make it even that way. Yeah, that'll do. So then we put that there. No, just there, like that. This is defunct, isn't it? Whoops. Like that. That all goes there. Got that out. So if that was there, but if I flip it over, so it's symmetrical. I do need some sort of fence or something there, don't I? If I continue this over, what is it? Where's it going to end up? Feels like maybe this should have a walkway out here as well. This should be gravel. So then, do I continue this wall like that? Or do I put something like different here? I mean, how far can this go? Because we don't want that there. Oh. Oh, okay. So, yeah, it doesn't reach, does it? So if it needs to be there. Something like that. Do I move that all down one so that it's even? Even, equal rather. Like that. Because this is going to be whatever the new pattern ends up being. The new pattern. Better than the old pattern. Oops. So that's all the new pattern. Okay. Gravel there. Something like that, maybe? Yeah, I don't think that's too horrendous. It's a bit messy because of all the... because they'll need to have the train in there. Oops. Oh, I've done that. Slightly different size, have I? Yeah, I think I do need... Do I want access to this? I guess I do. We could put like safety railings around it and stuff. What did I actually do over here? It was quite blocked in, wasn't it? Oh yeah, I had all this complicated gate system, didn't I? And hazard creep. What about over here? Yeah, again, we've got gates around it. Fences around it. Okay. And hazard creep. But it looks like it's further down anyway, so I think I'll do that as well here. So we want to take this. Take that. Move it a bit further. Oh, I can't see it. So it's there at the moment. So we'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, which is obviously 8 because it's a rail thing. Oh, bum. So that's the thingy there. Hopefully this will reach. No. It's too long between this. Guess I could just have one there. Why does that look like it's not? There it is. Okay. Okay. So how am I doing the fencing then? Is it just literally around it? Yeah, I think so. I guess we could use hazard creep at some point to make it look a bit better. But if I do... Shame that can't go further down, actually. Or maybe I just move this up and it is closer. Because how far down does that go? Because it could go down all the way to there. Oh, you're the wrong way around. Oops. That's... Oh, other bit's missing. Okay. Oh, in fact, I didn't move that at all, did I? Right. So, oops. That. That one over. Oops. Yeah, so I think if I move all this back up one train tile, is it there? So 2 tiles. Should be there. Wait. Yeah, that is correct. But that's kind of unfortunate. Maybe I'll just turn that round. Do that. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. So then we just have a little entranceway here. I'll use some hazard creep to show the danger. Other way around. Little diamond shape. Cool. Bit of stone brick underneath. Yeah, maybe. Maybe something like that. X marks the danger. Or something. I think maybe it needs to be outer tile. Yeah, I think it does, doesn't it? So actually this needs to be... there. Oops. Stone there. And then we'll turn that to a pathway. Oh, I've been using concrete for these ones. I have, I think. Can I move that? Oops. Oh. Inventory full of rubbish again. Get all of that out. Like that. What else have I picked up that I don't need? It's incredibly muggy today. It's been a nice breeze, but it's been, say, very sort of muggy. Get rid of that purpley one. Yeah, okay. Because I can move that down one now. Which is a little tidier. Oops. Like that. Not quite sure what I'm going to do here. Maybe I could move the train bit of it down. Yeah, that's what I'll do. So if we move this down, might have to fiddle with the power poles again. So it's currently there. Maybe put it there. Not the power. Yeah, the power poles. But... so it would need to be there. That's very annoying. Maybe I could just move this stuff up by one tile. Yeah, that'll work better. Yeah, I think that's a bit better. Now we could maybe like double fence this effectively. Like it, oops. Like it's some additional protection. Maybe we have our access point on one side of it. Access point should be near the station, shouldn't it? And stone brick there. Yeah. Unless, can that go? Oh, it can go down another one. Perfect. Excellent. That's much better. Cool. So where are my access points to this? So if this is only a 2 wide. Oops, wrong thing. That one there. Do I just have a 2 wide thing, or do we go back up to 4? 4 wouldn't really fit, would it? So this is just a 2 wide gate. Could maybe use hazardcrete again. No, it looks naff, doesn't it? Like that. And is that hazard? No, that's hazard concrete. It's because it doesn't interact well with this other texture of this one. Oh, autosave. Oh, that was quick. This map is gigantic. It's ridiculously takes ages to load it up. But for some reason it's quite quick to auto save. Why is there no power on any of this? Did I not put a... Oh, I didn't, did I? Okay, so... if this has some kind of powering out here somewhere, we could put that on there. Oh, I never connected it across, did I? I never connected it across. What I'm just noticing is that, because if this was one closer, would it work better? I mean, it would, wouldn't it? Because if that was one closer... oh, wow, that's going to be painful to do. But, because I'm just noticed this is lined up... if this was all one tile over, then these would then be one tile over. But then that wouldn't work anyway, because it's... no, that wouldn't work, because although they'd be closer here, it's not being closer here that matters. It would need to be closer there. However... oh no, it doesn't matter, because I could put the power pole anywhere. Okay. I don't know how I'm going to connect the power across with them. I mean, maybe I just almost make a feature of it. There's just like a power pole sort of here and here. Well, it could be there, couldn't it? And then maybe lights there. So that power pole is where? There? Yeah, it's functional. It's not particularly good though. Would it help if it all was one tile? Because this is, you know, don't care about that bit. It's just a recreation of the other corner. Okay, so if I'll try and get it right this time. So hold shift. What am I actually looking to? So if we do all of up to there, would that work? Yeah, I can move all of that up to there. Go for tiles as well. Create a temporary blueprint. Get rid of it all. It's a little risky, but here we go. Not actually sure how much I grabbed, but nothing ventured. Nothing completely messed up. And now I put this. Ah, it's there, isn't it? No, there. So you overlap it by one tile. Chunk it in. And now that connects. That's an awful lot of messing about just to add that one connection. But yeah, this doesn't... you see, I can put it inside on the other side. I mean, I could. So I could sort of make a feature of it, and then it could be inside the wall. So if I was to move that, not inside the wall, inside the fence, so it's like a fence around a power pole, but then that's weird because I haven't done that with any of the others. It's just because this overlaps. You know, there's not a nice place to put it. Because it'd be nice to put it there. But it doesn't connect to these power poles. No, let's just leave this for now. That one there. Okay, how are we doing? Not massively keen on this area. And that is as far as that will go. Maybe it's just a case of making that a little larger. And then gravelarizing that. Obviously that needs to be refined. Maybe move it down one. And actually, that should be there then, shouldn't it? Maybe I do this in some way instead. That. Gravel it. And then this is just nothing. Gravel there. Oops. Yeah, I prefer that, I think. It still looks a bit weird. I think I prefer it. I could always put something in there. What? I don't know, but we could put something in there. So, if I... Can I get it to copy-paste that? Why does that look uneven? One. Because it is uneven. That's 2 tiles there. Oh well. That I'm not fussed about. Okay, so... Do I need to get rid of them? Or not? Because this is coming up here, isn't it? I suppose the other question is, what's the access to the top of this? What am I doing about that? Because it'd be better to have this, what, say here maybe? Other way around, obviously. Oops. No. No. Copy that. Like that. Get rid of that. And then this all needs to be just temporary concrete. Good old temporary concrete. We know him well. So I don't know what I'm going to do with these. Where are you going? You're going to there. So that needs to come out. How far? So that's as far as I can do a belt. Connect there. Maybe I'll do an... Yeah, that would probably be better. Although it then overlaps with the power things. As I put an entry point in the middle. Makes more sense to do it closer to the actual things, though, I think. Okay. Oops. gravel on. See how we're doing. Because we're going to need another one of these here. Sort of poking out the middle. And then that there. Chop that out. Copy it over. Okay. So I don't really know what this is going to look like until I sort of connect all the miners up, really. But we could put... Oops. You know, something will be there. What have I done here? It's only a 2 wide entry point, isn't it? Okay. Oops. So it's something there. And these, this is where I discover it doesn't line up properly. No, it looks like it's okay. Right. In there. Then we've got, oops, gravel there. Yeah. There. What done on the other side? Oh, it's not quite filled in. Okay. It's once I've passed on each one of those, we could just copy that so that it's there for the time being. Say, I don't know what the tops are until I've done the mining side of things. Exactly. Excuse me, put this bit in. Like that. Then we've got concrete with patterned TBD. When I say pattern, basically I'm saying so I'll like cut holes in it with like stone, and then maybe, you know, put maybe this refined concrete pattern in some way, you know, that repeats or something, you know. Like, why has it done it now? You know, there's all sorts of options. You know, stone brick underneath that, maybe. But I normally just mess about randomly, and eventually something, you know, vaguely cool will appear. You know, maybe I extend it like that. And then we use them, you know, got crosses in some way. I copy that, for example. Offset them, you know. But so I'll mess about with that sort of thing offline because it's just random playing about. That is not that interesting. Because this is constrained by, yeah, that's the maximum reach. Because I was just thinking this would be better if it was like one tile down, but I already did that whole, this, you know, this isn't very good thing. Okay. Right, we need the bottom part, do we? Well, we do and we don't, because we don't know... I don't know how the other ones are oriented. Do I? Or do I? Let's just get rid of the belt. Because I'm thinking, I say that... Is there gravel there? There is. Maybe the path goes down the middle. Oops. Something like that. So maybe if I chop that off. And then we want sort of the... Well, let's just... Oops. Put the concrete... sorry, the brick wall in there. And the concrete flooring. And then I can... Actually, just leave that bit. But we can take that out. And put brick under here. And under here. Why have I not put gravel there? That needs gravel, doesn't it? And then this needs evening up. So, oh, it's just copy, flip, boom, wrong flip. It's the, wait, that is flip. What? Boom. Not sure how I've done that, but I've done that. What should that be? That should be a gap. And that should be concrete grid. Because that then all needs, well, does it need doubling up on that side? I don't know, do I? Because this is like the right hand side one. Let's just, I'll just copy it up and then paste it in. So if we copy all of that, the tiles, and flip it over, and start again. So that's that. But this won't have any belts in it. Because this is the right hand one. But when we flip it over, it will. And the middle one, I don't know. That's too complicated. That's too spatial for my brain. Okay. I mean, we could have it there as if it's there anyway. Oh, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Let's just do that. Tiles, please. Blueprint. Flip. Bosh. Okay. Well, that's something. So I don't think that's quite what I need, but it's a thing. Let's get rid of that blueprint. Now, am I just going to delete that? I know what I was trying to achieve with it. Let me chop that off there. So, if I blueprint this whole thing. Oh, I've got them patterned tiles on. Oh, okay. Let's get rid of all that. That's quite a funky design though. I might end up using that, but probably needs a second design. Right, so if we copy all of that with everything, tiles included, But we get rid of the station. Station. It should let me flip that. Yeah. So this then becomes... Well, we want a middle one. Ah, so I need one with the belts going 2 ways, don't I? Because we need... Because we have one in the middle here. Oh, I bet it won't align because the... Oh, no. Wait. I wish you could sort of zoom in a bit better. Let's just save that as a blueprint. And then I can just take a copy of it. Just change the symbol so I know which one's which. Randomly. Right. So what do I need to do to that blueprint? Because it needs to have... Did I flip it and it saved it flipped, or... Oh, it's symmetrical, isn't it? So it doesn't matter. I could tell by the... No, that's on the right, so it's not flipped. It shouldn't matter, though. Because without the station, it's the same. So if I flip it... Yeah. It needs to go here, basically, and it's fine as it is. The question, though, is I want one in the middle as well. And of course that has a different set of belts that need to come down the middle between them. So actually these belts may need to be sort of over here somewhere to even it up a bit. But basically there's 2 sets of belts coming down the middle to feed the one here. And then these ones equivalent on the side to feed the one on the side here. I know what I'm trying to do. We'll just put it in here. But too far over for the time being. So having a good think about that one. Cool. There's to actually a bit of gravel missing there. Just spotted that. Not that it really changes it, but... And then this one... Because I need the walls to line up. But I don't think they will because of the whole, 2x2 train system. It's very difficult to tell. And also the belts are overlapping, aren't they? Let's just temporarily place it in. And see what that looks like here. Yeah, you see, because it's one tile off, basically. Because the tracks are 2x2. So I've obviously got either an even or uneven number of tiles, so it's not lining up. What would be a way to solve that then? So I moved... What do I actually need to move over? So it was there, wasn't it? So it could be there or there, but not there. So if I did put it there, that would need to move over. That's no great shakes. I mean, I could always make this one 4. It's only 2 because I've done that here. Although it isn't, is it? Because it does need to be appropriate spaced inside. I don't think that's a great problem. So let's take this one and kind of chop out the, in a sense, the don't know-y bits, because I don't know about that. Don't know about that. And we reckon this whole thing. Because the top bits, you know. Oops, wrong key. Top bit can go. Okay. I say that then doesn't line up. That corner there isn't the same as that. It's designed the same, but because of the track, it's in the wrong place. How do I solve that? It needs to move one in. Is that the simplest solution? It moves one over? I think it is, isn't it? So this moves to here, basically. I think that makes sense. So we're going to get some weirdness with this, but that's fine. We can cope with weirdness. So this needs to become... Well, this needs to just disappear, please. And then stone bricks underneath. Like that. That needs to become that. This needs to become gravel. That's already stone brick, it's just not got the wall. Because it was alright vertically, it just wasn't okay left and rightically. Whatever that means in English. And I guess this needs to move over as well. Might be that it doesn't, it won't work. If I move both of them. We'll have to see. So if we flip that over, so it's aligned with that there. Because the edge becomes the door, rather than it pointing into the middle. That can go. Then we have gravel there. We have stone brick underneath. Okay. Stone brick under there as well. We've lost the gates for some reason, but that's okay. Then that widens up. If I just made this classic, it's not a bug, it's a feature. So there. But that needs to be reinforced stuff, doesn't it? Oh, I've done it done one too many. There we go. Ah, I've made that. There. Okay. Oh, I know I made these cyan, did I? Do I have that? I still got that. Excellent, excellent. So those all need to be cyan. Wow, am I not putting these in boxes or anything? Huh. Oh. Oh. Do I care about that? I suppose the idea would be these trains need to just keep rolling. Need to keep flowing rather than stocking stuff up. If they stop, it's because at the other end it's all filled up. It's not going anywhere. But what I really need is just a continuous flow of trains. I didn't really finish the bottom of this, did I? I'll do that in a minute. Okay, so I think there are other entrances, aren't there? Oh, no, it's just that one. Okay. Right, so if we redo this as this. No, as this. Then that should hopefully now tile with this. No, of course not. What? Oh, I guess because I'm moving it twice, aren't I? Because by moving it, yeah. Why didn't that work then? I put it there. Why does it not align? Because now it's on the inside. So it's back to where it was. I don't quite understand what the difference is there. But we can easily get rid of that wall. I think that solves it. So this is in the middle now. So I'm not quite sure. I guess it's not the same as that then. Does that matter? Not really. But then this does need to move in anyway, doesn't it? I think it's because I've moved both of them in. I think that's what's caused the problem. It needs to be an even number, and it's accidentally odd. I think that's the difference. It's kind of breaking my brain a bit. Because if I now put this in here, if I move this over, then it's not going to match. No, it does match. I think we've reached that point of the stream where Triggles' little brain is just not really working anymore. So let's just delete it all and start again. Wait, which bit did I copy? Copied that bit. Okay. Triggles' poor little brain. It's just not functional. 404 error. Triggles not found. Right. So now I need to fiddle about with this again. For reasons I don't quite understand. Whoops. So if we make it like that then. Eventually we'll have done all possible options of all possible things, so... No, got those at different sizes, haven't I? There needs to be 2 tiles. That'll do. Why does that not wrong? No? Just because of the way it's done it. Okay. So, I was really trying to work out, in a sense, was because we want these to be on here, like on this. So it wants to be the same as this. Oh, it isn't, is it? Because it's mismatched now. Right, okay. Right. The 2x2 grid thing for the trains is... I know why it's there. But it can get... or it certainly confuses the heck out of me at times. So they're one tile above that thing there. So that needs to go... oh, well, that's... well, that's 2, but I don't actually need that. So it's there. Oop. And then we get rid of that. Okay. Doesn't have to be though. I mean, that is 3 tiles, so actually I think I prefer if it was 1 up. So do I care that it's different up here? Yeah, that's fine. I'm happy with that. Okay. But then you see on this side, the point is that we need the mirror image of that. It needs to be there. So these two are going to come up the middle. And it's how I sort of put that together. Because we're going to have this one. I should get rid of it, really. So can I place it in now? Is that the flipped version? I can't tell. Shouldn't matter? Oh, train stop. I thought I took the train spot out of that. Does it matter? No, because I took the top off. This one needs to go here, basically. And you see it doesn't align again with the edge in. Is that because... so on this side... yeah, it needed to go 1 out of where it was anyway. But which way did I take it? So we've got the belt. Da-da. So train is there. And it's outside of where the border is. Okay. So it's there. Is that right? So on the left-hand side, the trains are matched if I'm applying the blueprint inside where it needs to be. Although I didn't fix this side, did I? Because this should be a flip of this. No, it is. So that's perfect. So this blueprint on this side, trains are correct if it's one inside in the building. So the trains are correct, in quotes, if it's one inside the building. Sure, I've got that wrong. Let's just get rid of a lot of the rubbish there, and I can fix that in a minute. But I need to simply take that out. Because then if I do the flip on that again, yeah. So that's symmetrical with the other side. Why did I decide to do it like this? What an idiot. What an idiot. Talk about making your life harder. Flip it over. Pop it in. Okay. But that then doesn't match because I've got to do the same correction that I did here over there. So if I copy and paste this whole thing. No, not the whole thing. This gubbins. The tiles. And this should overlay on this. But it doesn't. Oh, yes it does. Okay. So if I delete it. Why does that not match now? No, it does. Just the wall needs to move in. Oh, I think I've got it wrong again. Because we've got... Oh, no, it's just that there's gravel there and there shouldn't be. So that's one tile. Like that. And this needs to move one tile over. I think. Yeah, because that's there. Oh dear. I mean, I enjoy doing this stuff, but so I'm never convinced that it's all that entertaining to watch, but whatever. Right, so oh dear, we can delete this because I need to decide what I'm doing with the outside of the building anyway, because that's outside the building. Yeah, because we've got. I need to copy this bit like this with the tiles, and then flip it over, and it'll plop on here. Miraculously, it'll plop on there. Missed a bit of gravel there. Must be there. Okay. I guess if I put gravel there. There. So I don't know quite what I'm doing with the outside of the building yet, but oh dear. Okay. Yeah, this can go. And whether that become, you know, whether I actually bring the wall up there, I don't know yet, but at the moment I'm feeling no. You know, it's just some patterned concrete that would have had a belt on it if, you know, if that's how it had been built. But yes, basically these two need to come up. Maybe if I just... What does it look like with... Probably be better to copy this, I think. How can I do that? If I align it with the wall... So it'd be that. Or maybe I'll put it there. Can't because some of them are in the way. Some idiot put some of those in the way. Okay. And now we need... Now it's a simple case. Simple case. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 9 tiles. Okay. So maybe if we put it like more central, then we could potentially have walkways going up the side here. Oops. Erase that. Get rid of flip. Okay. In fact, how wide did I make it here? So it was concrete. That wide. Okay. So that's like the power pole-y bit. So actually these need to be a little further over. Because I've done the power pole-y bit, one tile gap, and then it's, you know, there's a... So it's effectively 1, 2, 3. Not 1, 2. 2. So move this one over. So move this one over. So then we can have concrete here, just as a temporary. There will be a patterned concrete here. Oh, that seems wider. Why does that seem wider? Oh no, well I've just completely filled that in, haven't I? So this depends on whether I put... Where and whether I put walkways. Oops. That's fine. And then... concrete. Okay. Oh, my bum's going to... Oh! Right. So we need one of these to connect this. Where would be a good place for that? Probably sort of there, maybe? Oh no, that's going to need to go across, isn't it? So probably better... What have I done here? I'll put it there. Okay. So let's put that there then. Okay. Pathways and etc. So if that was the path going across there. Said I was going to put it in the middle, didn't I? But say it interact weirdly with those, I think. That's my excuse and I'm sticking with it. Right. So it'd actually be there maybe for the vertical path? There. Does that connect across? And then there. Put some gravel on. Well, do I leave? I might as well leave that actually, because I've left it as a... Oh no, I haven't put gravel on there, but it's the middle one I put there. Okay. So I don't know. I might do a slightly different pattern for the, you know, where the power poles are. Because that's the kind of maverick I am. So, oops. That needs to be gravel, doesn't it? Then what do I do here? Don't know. Oops. Well, yeah. Because that's not very good looking, I would say that much. Having two paths right next to each other. I don't even know why I've done this. Not actually very useful, is it? Don't know why I do a lot of things though, to be fair. Right. Gonna have belts there, that's no great problem. Didn't I copy that? No, 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 no. Okay. Copy one of them. There we go. Then that looks weird because it's not got a grab across there. So I'll leave that for later, Trismegistus. I guess we need a path here, don't we? Connecting across there. And then Gravel. And then the belts fit across like that? No. There to there then. Wait. Why have I got them stopping there like that? Yeah, that should really be one further down, shouldn't it? That's a bit tidier. Okay, and then same on this side. Is it gravel there? Yeah. Okay. And then I just copy this. Flip it over. There we go, that's not looking too bad. Got a weird random gap here. It's one thing we don't like, it's weird random gaps. Why is it all flashing? I thought I hooked it up to a power thing. Oh, I have on that side. But there's no cross connection? No, there's no cross connection, is there? Did I not put... No, I haven't. Okay. So... somewhere we need a sort of cross connection as well. So if this was like a proper wall across here... maybe instead of those... maybe on this side... you know, this center point, we just don't have the, you know, this particular pathway, and it's these two instead. So we can get rid of this. And in fact, might as well dump that out. Gravel in there. And then concrete with pattern TBD. There. So that becomes regular gate. That becomes gravel. Where's that gone? It's concrete, isn't it? So which bit's concrete? So it's outside the wall. Maybe there's a wall? Don't know. You tell me. Oh, wait. Yeah. Get rid of that. Put the concrete there. Like that. Gravel there. Stone brick. Stone brick again. Just there. And then that's like that. You're across there. Like that. Oops. So we got paths, maybe? Because we need to have belts here. Oh, I've not fully done that, have I? So we need gravel there. We need stone brick there. And then this is regular concrete. So the pattern TBD stuff. Oh. No, it's that, isn't it? Not. Alright. Right, that across there. Then refined concrete. In the middle. I'll do something different, I guess, with these ones. How far? Let's put it there. And this will connect to whatever power system I end up doing. But we'll put the one there. And we need some way of sort of moving it across it. Oops, moving it across this way. But that's too far, isn't it? That's okay. But it won't let me put have to do it that direction for the lights. Because only 3 tiles. Maybe if I do something like that. Well, no, we want that there. Just don't want that one. Okay, so what's a nice even bit of patterning? I guess this would need to be sort of here. If I do that. It's too close, isn't it, there? So, is it there? And there. So are those the same? Yeah. the lights are alongside. I could put middle ones there, maybe? Almost sort of shows the direction the power is travelling, in quotes. Yeah, okay, so through that. Copy all of that. Flip it over. It should match. Except the light is wrong. Why is long? Why doesn't it match? Don't matter. Not sure why that wasn't exactly the same, but also not sure I care. Do I want... because at the moment I don't really have access point here. Maybe that's a better place for the... In fact, how about... because this needs to be here. How about we make this the same? There's a pathway going down the middle of that, so that needs to be there. Auto save. Must mean I'm fairly close to ending. So chop that out there. We've got amazing smell again. There's some sort of stew or something being cooked again. Smells absolutely delicious. So it's not in the middle. If I do, so what's the 1, 2, 6, 7? Oh, it won't be in the middle, will it? Can't be. Oh no, of course it can. So that becomes a pathway. So I'm not a fan of the neighbours setting the world on fire with barbecues all the time. But if they want to do stews that smell delicious, I can't even imagine where that would be coming from. But I am all down with that. Does make me a little peckish then. Right, so, yes. Let's deletify this. Copyification this. Flip it over. That in. And fix the floor. Because I forgot that that wasn't being copied. Wait, is that the same or yeah? No? That's better. Cool. We need the gravel. Oh, I haven't put the stone brick underneath. So I want stone brick under the wall. As if it's foundation. There we go. Gravel, because this is the place where I'm doing gravel. There as well. So, we've got some lovely even. Oh no, they're not even. Why not? Why is that not the same? Because that's one there, one there. Oh, we've got an extra tile there. Oh, is that just because of incompetence? 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. So why is there an extra tile on that side? Oh, it's because this is an uneven number, isn't it? So that's 1, 2, 3. Oh no, it's 4. That's even. We are missing a bit of gravel there. Why is that not the same? Especially that. Oh, it isn't. That should be 1 over. Where is that one extra tile going? We haven't got gating there. That's in the middle. Why is that uneven? Because that should be the same. And it isn't. So this is all one tile this way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, what even is this? The heck is that rubbish? Look, we'll need to fix that, but that's a separate problem for a separate time. So, it's 31 tiles wide. Why? Got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I've got an extra tile here. Why is that? Is that what's been causing me all these problems? Because this is 1 off and this is 2 off. Unless I just didn't fix it. Let's have a look. Well, I fixed it on the others, but not this one. Because I've got 2, 2. No, that should be 1. Shoot. Where does that... Oh, look. The error's here as well, because this should... That's 3 wide. And that's 4 wide. And that's 4 wide. Oh, and this is all messed up, isn't it? Ah. Dear. I think we might have found the reason I was struggling to get it right, because it looks like I've misplaced, miscounted. What would be the fix to that? Because I can't move this 1 over, this side as it were. Because you have to move 2 tiles with trains. So if I cut all of that away from there, then it would still be the problem, because this would move 2 over, 2 over, 2 over. So it seems to be that it's a case of moving all of this in one. Is that going to work? Crikey, I don't know. Or is it just from here that the problem manifests? Because this is fine. Wait, why does that even happen then? So this whole thing is 41 tiles wide. Is that the case all of the way up? How the heck have I made that mistake? 53 tiles wide. So they're all 1 tile off. Huh. So I guess if I take that, flip it over. Yeah, that's not matched up, is it? Wow, okay. Literally 1 tile off. Somehow. I think it's this. When I was doing this originally, I must have messed this up. Because it should be 1 in. Nuts. I mean, would it be better if it was 1 out, though? Because I already just discovered that this is garbage. Because we could do a old school one of them, I guess. Like that. What will one extra tile give me? Nothing, basically. Oh, wow. What an error. Wow. Okay. Well, there we go. There's no way I'm fixing that now. I'm too hot. Too sweaty. So it's just incredibly humid today. I thought about turning my air conditioner on, but it's like, but it's not hot. It's just sticky. Wait, I've done that the opposite way around then, haven't I? Yeah, so I guess I'll say I'll wrap up then. I'm anticipating streaming on the Sunday next week. I'm going to see how things have been reacted to at work, because there needs to be a bit of a plan formed as to how things are going to happen. Because I have made the offer of doing quite a long notice period, given what I'm required to provide. Partly to help out my colleague, who's going to have to pick up going to have to pick up quite a lot of the work. This gives a nice long transition period, and I can kind of do most of it, to be honest with you. But I've sort of said that that's partly in exchange for having a bit more flexibility with holiday, so I can find somewhere to work, for somewhere to live. So I get more holiday days thing, but you never know, they may not actually go for that. In which case I may well not work before notice to give me that spare time. Oh, you know, flexible, you know, that time available. But either way, I'm anticipating doing going down and looking for a flat this next weekend, and I'll probably do it by like just renting like a travel lodge, basically, a sort of a cheap motel type place that we have in the UK. Super cheap, but it means I'll then be able to spend 2 days doing it, basically. Because it's travel time that's a problem. Seeing the places won't be hard or anything. It's just it's like a 3-hour journey, so yeah, easier to do it. You know, 1 there and back trip rather than 2 there and back trips, because that'll completely exhaust me, I would imagine. I mean, I think I said this already. I've always found that, you know, the 2-tile train thing to be a problem. I never really... I always mess it up. So it's kind of not surprising I've done that again. So I don't quite understand how I've achieved it. Yeah, so say, definitely anticipating streaming next Sunday with some more Factorio. It'll almost certainly be the Blueprint series. I'll probably alternate them. And we'll just stick with both of them, because I'm going to be doing this for ages. So there's plenty to get on with in both series. I've identified a list of... I think I'm going to change how I'm doing the blueprints, for example. I'm not going to do the modular ones. I'm just, it's just too much extra work. Plus I keep making errors between the two. So I'm doing that, but then I'm going to change how I do, how to do it anyway. So it should be 2 tiles, shouldn't it? Why is it not 2? Oh, it's 1, 2. Oh, it's 3 tiles there. Okay, but because it's aligning with that, so I'm fine with that. And now it's 3 tiles here. But not there for some reason. Why has that not worked? So I need that to be stone wall. Oh, that should be there. Because it's literally just a 1-1 corner. Yes, so Factorio stream from me next Sunday is anticipated. But wait, why does that not line up with that? Oh, the whole thing needs to move over, doesn't it? I keep forgetting that. So I have to move all of this, the whole structure, 1 tile over. In fact, I can't. But I can't. Oh, I might be able to do that because it doesn't affect a train. This could be quite a mess. It might be an unsolvable mess. We might just have to have a bit of it that's not quite aligned. Because that needs to be there then. I think I might be making the problem worse rather than better. But yeah, this needs to be here. So is this not the same as that then? Yeah, it's not even that. So this whole thing is 1 tile over. Okay, yeah, we'll leave it for now. So, spot my schedule up, as I say, even though it's wrong. But I'll be back tomorrow. Definitely going to do Monday stream. Schedule. So, yes, so for anyone who's new, this is like my schedule of streaming. Usually, it's not... Oh, well, mate, thanks for the stream. Thanks for watching. Welcome, and I don't know how much you saw, but I hope you enjoyed it. Yes, this is my normal schedule. I say it's all going a bit messy because of IRL stuff, and what I'm anticipating is that the Friday and Saturday streams will be gone for a bit, and it'll be Sunday and Monday streams because they're fairly stable, I think, for the time being. So we're going back to the Blueprint series. Oh, and Quatch as well. In Lucky as well, no problem. Oh yeah, always like my locals. How many of there are you? I don't tend to watch the numbers. Oh, there's only a couple of you. If you wanted to do a raid or anything, then just shout something. But so it's only a couple of people anyway. But yeah, so that's normal schedule. So I guess the other point to note is that I have a YouTube channel. If you wanted to watch any of the VODs of this series, or like my Satisfactory series, or all of my other Factorio series, Dice program, all that sort of stuff, they're all over there on the YouTube channel. It is alias to Triggles though, so it is Trismegistus, but it's alias to Triggles, as that's a bit easy to say. There's also a Discord if you wanted to drop in and say hi. Again, that's kind of all up in the air because the IRL stuff, but the plan is to use it for Discord. I'd quite like to do some sort of community streams, or if people just want to play multiplayer, then give us a shout, sort of thing. But I say, for a good couple of months, it's all going to be a bit of a mess. I mean, I'll probably have to stop streaming at some point because internet in the UK is like you can't, for some reason you can never time it properly, and at my new place I'll probably end up with like a week or several without internet, so it's all a bit of a pain. But yeah, so I say that's it for me today. If you have been watching, thanks for doing so, and I hope you've enjoyed it. You might consider coming back for another one. I've been Trismegistus. This has been Factorio. Thanks for watching. Cheers.